Hey guys, it's Pam. Welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. It's been so long that I forgot how to do this. I was actually just trying to record just now. Finally went back to my old setup, recording with Audacity. I thought I did before, but I messed it up. But anyway, now that I am officially and actually recording, I just want to apologize to my 4 subscribers for not being there. I've been trying to post episodes kind of every other day, and I tried to be consistent, but it doesn't always work. And I've been working, and I've been sick, and I've just felt like crap. So what I decided to do is I'm just going to try and record at least 4 episodes today, 6 if I can, and hopefully that'll last me for a little while. I do have to go to Adamant, and I also still have to do a Helm Shral, but I decided that I don't want to do any of that. I think that's part of my problem too, is that I've done all this stuff at least 12 times already. And so it's kind of boring going through all of it, especially since I was like, oh, I'm going to do 100%. And then I get here and it's like, I don't want to. But I'm going to go open up the Emerald Graves, which is part of the Dales. The Dales was going to be like one gigantic area, and then they broke up into 3 parts, and the Emerald Graves, and then there's also the Exalted Plains and Emprise du Lion, which is the higher level area, so I usually go to the Emerald Graves first. We've been contacted by a Fairbanks, who says he has information of value to the Inquisition. He offers a trade, the information in exchange for the Inquisition's help in eliminating a dangerous rebel band calling themselves the Freemen of the Dales. There have been reported sightings of these rebels all over the Dales, where they have caused significant problems for Orlesian troops. Uprooting them could be a good move for us. First, let us see what Fairbanks has to say. He is hiding out somewhere in the Emerald Graves, the legendary Dalish forest. My spies report that he is well acquainted with the area and its terrain. He could prove a useful asset if we choose to trust him. Liliana. So we unlock that. I'm not going to send everybody right now because I still have a couple war table missions to assign, but we have unlocked that. And yeah, the Dales are the Emerald Graves are very pretty, but also very sad for an Elfin Inquisitor. Oh, I want to do this. I want to send the battalion for Sarah. That won't take too long. When we come back, we can finish up that mission. What else did I do? Oh, dealt with the Angry Vargas. And I'm going to send Liliana to do that. And then, can't do Truth or Dare. Emerald Graves Resources. We can continue the investigation on the Venatori agent in Hunter Fell. So I'll go send Josephine on that. And that'll only take 13 minutes. So, okay, now we're good to go. I think I've got everybody leveled, but I'm going to double check that real quick. I also need to check and make sure that I've cleared out my inventory. So let me see where everybody is. Cassandra, Sarah, no points. Dorian, no. Blackwall, probably. Like the people I haven't been taking out, yeah, see, he has 4 points to spend, and he has the champion tree here. Resilience, I'm going to give him the counter-strike, which I think I have a counter-strike ring I can give him too. Cole has 14 points to spend because I have not done anything with... Maybe I'll take Cole with me on this one. I do like to have him around. It's nice to have an up-close fighter when you're ranged. So we'll do all of those, and not archery. I'm going to have to take him out in the field before I can give him the rest, but I do want to give him a point in stealth. You won't get the tree until you take them out in the field with you. Let's see, Vivienne I was going ice with, but she's pretty much got all of those. I need to take her in the field too because she gets that Night Enchanter tree, which I really love. Solus, yeah, I've caught up on him. He's going along the Rift Mage tree. Stonefist is a nice one, and Firestorm. Firestorm's hot. Wait a second. Did yeah, okay. I just hit the wrong button. Sorry. Varric is caught up, and Bull has points to spend. I haven't taken him out yet either. So I'll just finish up this two-handed warrior for him. He also gets the Reaver tree, which is what I'm on, so it's kind of like a real, just redundant redundancy. I have words, I know how to use them. It's just kind of not really worth it to bring him. I mean, I love having him out there, but it really only makes sense when I'm not in this particular character and build. As usual, everything is a little bit slow to load, but it's still light years better than it was before. And look, I have plants growing. I just need to wait for the garden to finish loading. There we go. They don't all grow at the same rate either, which is kind of neat. Sometimes you'll come out here and a couple of them will be full grown and you still have a couple others that you're waiting on. But yeah, I really do like having my little herb garden here. I could probably go and upgrade some stuff, but I'll wait until I get back. Alright, so what kind of inventory do I have? Not good. Alright, actually what I'm going to do is pause the episode and sell some stuff and then I'll be back. So, pause. Alright guys, I'm back. That took about 8 minutes out of my life. But I really had a lot of stuff that I needed to go through and armor to clean out, and I rearranged a few things. But now we're done, and we're ready to actually get going here. Josephine just reported in, but we're not going to worry about that. We're going to go to the Emerald Graves. And that card always looks so weird to me. I guess it's supposed to be Samson, though. Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, one of the reasons we are going here is because of that quest that Cullen gave us earlier to, excuse me, to track down shipments of red lyrium. And, you know, I gotta do whatever Cullen says. No. So, Knot of Heroes, the death of diversity. What could hold back an empire? Another. What could hold back so defined a people as Tevinter? Another. Let us consider if eldest Isarath was not meant to honor Mafarath, for the father's fate was already condemned by hidden betrayal. Let us consider that Isarath was told to turn from ties to Mafarath, to look forward, not back. What of his actions then? I guess this is sort of a, like, what if things had gone differently in the past, but I don't really understand it. Use Twin Fangs and Ripping Fangs in combination for extra flanking damage. Great. When I'm a rogue, I'll do that. Find treasure maps on your adventures. We've done that too. Anyway, yeah, I think I was saying before that the Graves and the Exalted Plains and Impridu Leon were all originally intended to be one large area, and probably the Arbor Wilds would have been included in that as well. But they're just so big that they split them all up to make life a little easier and probably make loading times a little bit easier too. But this is a very pretty, very foresty area. Hopefully we'll actually get to see it at some point. Maybe it'll finish loading. There we go.
Good to see you again, Inquisitor. Hope you've got your comfortable boots on. The scouts have seen a number of fade rifts all over the forest. We've located this mysterious Fairbanks. He won't share his information with anyone but you. He and his men are camped out at Watcher's Reach, on the path ahead. From what we can tell, they're refugees from the war. Peasants, mostly.
Tell me everything you know about Fairbanks.
We don't know much about him. He appeared after the Civil War started, helping people fleeing from the destruction. Fairbanks is likely not his real name.
Probably.
Do you know anything else about the region?
They call this place the Emerald Graves. Legend says that a tree grows here for every elven knight of Halam Sharal who perished in its defense. Makes you sad, doesn't it?
We are the last elven. Never again shall we submit.
Oh, I'm sorry, Inquisitor. I spoke thoughtlessly.
Thank you for the information. I'll head out.
One other thing. A group of deserters from the Imperial armies has established itself here. Freemen of the Dales, they call themselves. They are hostile to the Inquisition, and everyone else. Watch your back, Inquisitor.
It's an interesting little bit of conversation you have with Harding there, which I quite like, just because you get to have that tiny bit extra, of what is your history if you're playing an elf character. The Knight's Guardian. Traveling through the emerald graves in the Dales, one will see dozens of carven stone wolves. The Dalish call these the Knight's Guardians. In the days of Elvin Hollumsharal, wolf companions walked alongside emerald knights, never leaving the side of their chosen knight. Wolf and elf would fight together, eat together, and when the knights slept, the wolves would guard them. These statues were erected in memory of their unbreakable bond. An excerpt from Impune, In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Genitivy. And you do see these everywhere, and they're all basically the same model, but they're still nice. Let's see, is there anything up here that I need? I don't think so. These are my tents and all the good stuff. Hey guys. Alright, I just did decide to take Cole. Unfortunately, because I have hats off for everybody, it means that Cole also has his hat off, which is kind of sad. It's hard to picture Cole without his helmet, but if I ever feel silly, I turn their helmets back on and they all look ridiculous. There's the Inquisitor's hat that's quite nice. That's the only one I really like. And speaking of these free men of the Dales, yeah, is that so? Oh, as soon as I get through with this, I need to go and finish up leveling Cole. Dude, you're already dead. Fuck off. Oh, I can't do this right now. Wait till we're officially out of battle. Okay, so there's a lot to find around here, obviously. It's quite a nice area. I don't know why I jumped that, just because I could, probably. And of course we have, shield battering. Of course we have landmarks and all that kind of good stuff. Dorian have I started him in necromancy? Yeah, okay. He just leveled, because he did not have any levels before. Cassandra also just leveled, obviously. We're going to get further down her Templar tree. And this, if you would respond to me, that would also be nice. Maker's Will or Rally? Why not? Oh, because I didn't have either of those. Alright. So we'll just go with Maker's Will for now. I can see what's going on. Alright, so Cole's specialty is Assassin. And we give him Throat Cutter and Hidden Blades and I Was Never Here and Knockout Bomb. And eventually he will get this Cloak of Shadows, which is very nice. Mark of Death. I never went the assassin route myself on any of my rogue characters, but it is pretty nifty. So we're going to come over here. There's Black Nugs, which is kind of nifty. We're going off the beaten path, but there's a landmark that I just missed. Walked right by it and didn't even see it. There's also a quest here that I can grab. Alright, so Andraste's Light. Oh, this makes me puke. We have brought Andraste's light to the Dales. None can deny her truth. In time, all will open their hearts to the Maker, if they have to kill every single elf to do it. From a sermon given by Sister Amity at the conclusion of the Exalted March of the Dales. Whenever you see Exalted March, it's basically the Chantry finding some excuse to kill everything in their path. Put down a rebellion, whatever. A candle for Tristan. 7 years ago, my son Tristan was traveling through the Emerald Graves when bandits set upon him. He died at their hands. Since then, every year on the anniversary of his death, I light a candle for him at the Lion's Pavilion near where they found him. Now a band of violent rebels has claimed the forest. They roam up and down the highways, killing as they go. No one will escort me to the pavilion for fear of encountering them. I pray a brave and kind soul will, if they find themselves at the pavilion, remember a mother's lament and light a flame in memory of the fallen. Forgive me, my son, Dolores. We'll get to the Lion's Pavilion. There's a rift up here, and obviously an ocularum. Some elf fruit, lots of elf fruit in this area, which is always nice. This is where we start getting Rashvine Nettle too, I believe. Or just regular Rashvine. Alright, let's take care of this. God damn it, this is not going well. Okay, we've got to do better. Let's get that dispelled. And then go back to me here. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. Now, you stop playing a game for a few days and you forget everything about it. You know what? I think I'm going to do this. Certainly does help take care of things. See, now we're starting to get into the stage of the game where you actually have to, like, use some skill to play. Look at how beat up poor Cole is. And this will lead to my ultimate downfall, I'm sure. Pyrophyte. There's more stuff over here, and that ocularum that's really hard to get to, actually. But I gotta... Actually, this one isn't so bad. It's just kind of on top of that. Did he level again? Wow, good deal. Now I want to go with the assassin stuff. I'm going to have to start figuring out what I want to keep in his bar and what I want to get rid of. That's really going to have to be for everybody, though. Alright, go ahead and take a potion, Cole. Ooh, obsidian. Yeah, this one isn't too hard to get to. There's another one that's really a pain. And then the shards are even worse. Then that's BioWare for you. Okay, got that one. 7 shards in one area. You're going to know right away that there's not going to be a whole lot of Oculara around here. Which is both an advantage and... Oh, I guess I got the last one. Alright, both an advantage and a disadvantage. Okay, so now what we need to do is start heading over to Watcher's Reach to meet the mysterious Fairbanks. And those deer are... We're basically just going to leave them alone. The thing is, you end up... They're non-aggressive. You end up getting some of them anyway just because they're in the way. Not a lot you can do about that. I'm trying to remember. There's something... Oh, there's one back by that statue. We might as well go over there and get it. There's an opening, and I think it's over Watcher's Reach. There's a branch that has like this big sack, or, you know, backpack hanging off of it. Like the loot packs that you see. But I'm not sure if I'm heading in the right direction to see it right now. But we'll get there eventually. Maybe it is over here. Yeah, I think it is. Some bloodstone. So you have to do a little tightrope walk. See, there it is. Get down here carefully. I mean, you could fall like that, but see, even if I'm right here, that's still too far away, so I'm going to have to try not to fall as I jump back onto this route. And very carefully navigate. There's a few places like this. There's cheese down there. Are you kidding me? There's motherfucking cheese down there. Somebody was either was trying to get the cheese and fell and got caught on the tree root and died, or they dropped their cheese. I don't know. Bear hide. Not a bad crafting ingredient. Let's see if I can do this. I cannot do that. Alright, but I got the cheese. Alright, this is okay though. This is basically just another way down into the path that we need to go. Rash vine. Yes, rash vine. Good stuff. Another thing that I need. Oh, I need it for the Reaver. My Way of the Reaver, so it's good that I'm getting that now. But oh my god, all those little arrows pointing around my mini-map. Those are all shards. Okay. Oh, there's a rune. We'll get a some of the flame down here. There's another shard up. I need 20 rash vine. Oh my god. I thought I passed a watcher or something. Anyway, here's Fairbanks.
It is an honor to meet the Herald of Andraste.
You're too kind.
As much as I admire you, however, I did not reach out to the Inquisition just for this. As my missive stated, we can help each other. You have encountered the Freemen. Aggressive bastards, no? They've killed a dozen of my people. We've tried to fight, but we cannot match their strength. You can. Why should you care about this, you ask? Because the Freemen are colluding with your enemy.
Which enemy do you mean?
The rogue Templars. I've seen them through the woods, heading for the Freemen bases, leaving with crates. Destroy the Freemen, and they'll lead you straight to the Red Templars. This, I promise.
I'll look into this, Fairbanks.
All my information about the Freemen is right here, in our camp. Help us, and everything I know about the Dales, about these woods, I will share with the Inquisition.
So it's kind of an elaborate fetch quest. Help me and I'll help you type thing. More ash vine. Gotta get it all. Gotta get it all. There's some over here too. But this is where the people are gathering. Stuff on the free men who were taken by Sister Cousteau, who was one of the free men. A torn page. Needed more elf fruit, so I went with him to the grove by that strange rock on the road that looks like a grumpy old woman smoking a pipe. Freemen were there. They didn't see us at first, but Greer stepped on a twig. I didn't think that happened in real life, only in stories. That damn twig, I barely got away. Didn't like having to tell Fairbanks we lost the herbalist. Shit, they're gonna kill us one by one. And this. So that takes care of that portion of the quest. There's more stuff around here. I can't remember exactly where. We're going to steal supplies from these people and read their books and stuff. Battleground State. This is talking about Saharan, I think? Yeah. Which is an odd thing to encounter, like stuff talking about the Canary and Tevinter and Saharan in this area in the middle of the Dales. And there's a quest in here. I actually think it might actually be a map. Yeah. Map of Watcher's Pass. To get some valuable... I can't remember what right now. Yeah, well. Then there's this lady who's like, I don't want to talk to you right now. Yeah, it is interesting. The text there just commented about how Wolf Falls, the carving of the wolf, which is down around somewhere, in there, has never eroded, despite, however long the water's been falling down on it. Which is, something worth mentioning, or possibly a little bit of a lampshading. Oh, right, I need to get this. I don't really need to get this. I mean, I have all the runes pretty much already, but I'll grab it just in case. But yeah, this is really a kind of neat area. I'm sure some of it is older building as well. So I'll go up here and get the rune real quick, and then I need to come back the other way. Where was that? Did I go too far? Nope, it's right there. Lightning rune. Oh, I hear hissing. Okay, I have one more thing that I need to do in this area. You heard? Maybe. Heard what? I just love seeing the paintings on the walls. Those also have
If you were to
endured for...
fight alongside us, Cole, I expect you to follow orders. The Inquisitor believes you wish to help, but I will not allow you to threaten innocents.
Yes. Help the hurt, save the small. If I become a demon, cut me down.
Do not doubt me. I will do it.
Good.
You're serious, aren't you?
Yes. I hope you are too.
That's kind of what I like about Cole, is everybody's all, oh, he's a demon, kill him, get rid of him, but he's as aware of the danger as anybody else, and is just as willing to do whatever needs to be done in case the worst should occur. Of course, these idiots all followed me up here because that's what they do. I was wrong. There wasn't a shard here. It was just the Fairbanks thing. Alright, so now that we've come up here, we'll come back down. And get started moving through the Dales. So at this point, you're going to get me get my quest in here. There's shards, but that's not where I need to go. I need to go over here. There's actually a few places. We can go straight ahead and deal with delirium. That's another... Beside that is also another thing, but first we're going to go with Sister Custodes, since that was what we read about. Yeah. Probably not, buddy. When we get to the Exalted Plains, it is really sad. Everything is just burned and ruined because of the civil war that's been going on between Empress Celine? Yeah, and her cousin, Gaspard, who's the one who thinks he should be the Emperor. So, and the Exalted Plains, since we mentioned Exalted Marches earlier, that, they're called that because there were Exalted Marches through there, again, as I was talking about, to get rid of the elves. Basically, they granted this land to the elves after they were displaced from their true homeland of Olafon. Why am I having so much goddamn problem with that? Fight my butt. Let's kill a couple more. Okay, got him. The elves built Hallam Sharal, and then the Orlesians went, we want that too. And I think... I can't remember if I was talking about this in the part that I tried to record and then failed. Possibly. But basically what happened was... What is... I see nothing. Fuck it, I'm just going to keep going. To me, when I thought about the way that the elves are treated in these games, read first as the way that Americans have treated African Americans, because there is... What the fuck? Really? No. We are not fighting that thing. Disengage. For fuck's sake. Yeah, all the enchantments are still glowing. With slavery and everything, because the elves are enslaved in Tevinter, and were enslaved by Orlesians as well. And if not actually enslaved, they might as well be, because of the way that they're basically only allowed to hold positions as servants. They're not allowed to get educations. They're put in the alienages, the slums. But then the more I thought about it, it felt more like the treatment of Native Americans. God, this is just not going away. And it was one of those frickin' deer. I mean, it's not even an actual enemy. And I've also seen people talking about how it compares a lot to the way the Jews were treated, which is not something I have as much experience with, so I can't, speak to that, and I wouldn't want to, because I would not want to trivialize that in any way. So I can only speak to what I have a minor familiarity with. Basically, it comes down to white people are shitty, and I take full acknowledgement of that, being a white person myself. And just because I'm a woman doesn't mean that I've necessarily had it any easier, or any worse. Can I just hit a guy? Just once. Thank you. God. Look at Cole being all invisible up there. Got some ring velvet. Got another enemy. Is it still at 1? I don't freaking care. I don't want it. I may have to close the game and come back in again. I don't know. Anyway, before I go any further, I'm going to save this episode and close it because I have already run over, and I'm sure I've run over more than I thought I would. So, thanks for watching, and I hope I see you guys next time. Bye.